Let's go, man. Let's go. The Jets get their second victory of the season, right? 2 straight back-to-back victories here. Bengals bye week, Cleveland. Game was interesting, right? We have to be real here. The game was it felt even, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There were a lot of mistakes made on both sides. There are still a lot of offensive question marks with this Jets team, but look, they found a way to win. You had the late push from Cleveland in the end, but the Jets managed to hang on and secure the victory, right? Let's talk about this defense. What a performance. I mean, how many sacks did Will McDonald have? 4, 5, something insane. This has got to be one of Will McDonald's best games of his entire career. He was all over the place, rushing from the left, rushing from the right. Like, he did a great job today of getting in the backfield. He looked fast, he looked explosive, he looked strong, right? Powerful. Being able to just essentially bull rush tackles back. I mean, he had 1 sack against, Cam Robinson. Unbelievable power, just manhandling him, just shoving him backwards. It was crazy, right? Quincy Williams benched, right? But he's all over the place, making plays left and right, getting in the backfield, supporting against the run. Jermaine Johnson was in there for a sack. I felt like Jay Tufele had a nice game. The DBs, Malachi Moore, Jarvis Brownlee, and Stevens, those guys were, in my opinion, pretty good. It was interesting, right? Tony Adams playing his more natural position, which is free safety. He looked a lot more comfortable, right? With a lot more room between him and the line of scrimmage, more time to process, more time to, diagnose what's happening in front of him, and then to come up and make plays. I thought Tony Adams, he's struggled a lot early on in the season, but, if we think back, he was the starting strong safety, really playing up close in the box, up towards the line of scrimmage, helping against run support with Andre Cisco out there. Cisco's done for the season, so Malachi Moore's not going to lose his job because of the Cisco injury. You're going to keep Moore at strong safety and then plug Tony Adams back in there, which is what he, for the most part, played back with Robert Saleh and Jeff Ulbrich. So Adams looked a lot more comfortable, and Jamie and Sherwood had a couple nice plays in coverage. Like, the defense looked awesome. Now, to be fair, the Cleveland Browns offense was just anemic. I like, Njoku's a great player. Jerry Jeudy, drop problem this season. Obviously, there's, it was pouring rain today, but, didn't have a great game, but he's still an effective player, in my opinion. Judkins, I'm wondering how, and I would love to hear from Browns fans on this, how long are the Browns going to stick with Gabriel for? I'm not saying that the guy's career is over, but you have Shedeur Sanders on the bench. Ideally, I want to know what I have in both guys, Gabriel and Sanders, before the season ends, so I have somewhat of maybe more of a clearer picture on the time the NFL draft is starting to rear its head, right? When we get into March and April, where talks really start to heat up within the organization. Because you can't have, in my opinion, Sanders just sit on the bench and just not know, and then hit the offseason and then have the age-old question, okay, do we need to target a quarterback with the top 10 pick? I was thinking, okay, maybe we could see Sanders in this game because there were many questionable decisions made by Gabriel, many poor throws. I just was not understanding it. But overall, the Jets defense did their thing out there. Special teams, man. Special teams was freaking unbelievable. Whether you want to talk about Kene Nwangu's kick return, whether you want to talk about Williams' punt return, Nick Folk continuing to be perfect with his kicks. Let's go, both extra points and field goals. Austin McNamara, I mean, what a find that what a undrafted free agent made by Darren Muji. He's a UDFA rookie in his first year, and he looks like one of the better punters, definitely above average. I would go as far as to say a top 12 to 13 punter right now in football. The special teams unit came alive, right? Credit Chris Banjo, 14, 17. I mean, how many points were made literally from special teams? The 2 returns, and of course, Nick Folks made kicks. I mean, it was unbelievable. Right, the special teams and the defense just completely won this game today. Offensively, though, clunky, disorganized. Didn't really feel like the coaches trusted Fields in the first half to throw all that much. What was it, like 5 or 10 yards entering half? He had the pick to Hickman. And to be fair, Just like we talked about the Browns offense being bad, we have to give credit to the Browns defense. It is a stacked unit, right? Schlesinger, Mason Graham, Myles Garrett, Hickman, Denzel Ward, Tyson Campbell, who I felt like that was such an underrated pickup for Cleveland, right? He fits more of the Browns defense, in my opinion, compared to Greg Newsome. In any case, the Browns defense is one of my favorites in football. I love Jim Schwartz. I love his system. It's great. So much fun to watch. Like a tough, physical press style of defense. Really, really cool. If you're a fan of defensive football, whether it's this season, like just watch Jim Schwartz's defensive scheme. I think he does a really good job of just letting his athletes be athletes as well, allowing them to make plays in open space. But with that understanding, right, Cleveland's defense is good. I kind of figured, okay, Garrett Wilson first game back, is he really going to be 100% healthy? He ended up leaving, but no Adonai Mitchell. John Mechie just showed up here like early last week, so I'm not really expecting much from him. He's learning the system. Still no Braylon Allen, still no AVT. Bad weather. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting much from the offense, but in the first half, I was just expecting, man, a little bit more, right? It just feels like the passing attack is non-existent. I mean, really, the name of the game, in my opinion, today was give the ball to Breece Hall. That's all you need to do. If you're not giving the ball to Breece Hall, it's just a means to an end. You're going to be punting. That's what it felt like, unfortunately. And on one hand, it's just like, thank God Breece is here, right? Thank God he is here. But then on the other hand, it's just like you're looking around the room. Can anybody else, really step up here? And, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I feel like it starts with the quarterback position and Justin Fields. It was another one of these games coming off of a game where we put up over 500 yards of total offense without G5. Granted, Cincinnati's defense is terrible, but still over 500 yards in their house, fourth quarter comeback, late third quarter comeback to, we're rolling up against Cleveland, and it's just unwatchable, the first half offense. Again, credit Breece, but outside of Breece, there was no one really forcing the issue, really picking up those positive plays. It felt like the one time Fields tried to push the ball down the field, it was picked off by Hickman. So they have to, this season, after trading Gardner, after trading Quinnen and Michael Carter, and starting all these young players, we're in a position where it's full-on evaluation mode. So it's not like, oh my gosh, there's pressure to win the AFC East or go on this big-time playoff run or anything like that. But, from what we saw today, there's still going to be questions. The Jets are still not this locked and loaded team with talent in every spot, and they're expected to win all these games. No, they're still now a 2-7 football team, which is not good. And so we just have to kind of take these games, pull the positives. Hopefully we can build upon them. Look at the mistakes. Hopefully the Jets are going to try their best to fix them moving forward. But again, we'll see what happens here. But the Jets are victorious. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. And as always, go Jets.